Oh, that ought to be fun. Oh, I see. It rotates in, like, quarters. That'll make that a bit easier, I suppose. Thank goodness for that. This music's so chill. I love it. Yeah, I don't... Where does this exactly fit? Let's leave that one alone for right now. We'll move on to another piece. I can't say this is the easiest thing to rotate. Oh, I'm an idiot. I thought it was this outer bit. It's the inner bit. No, I'm an idiot. Okay. Let's try that again. That would make a lot more sense. I'm just thinking, like, how is that shape gonna fit? I don't get that at all. Still, let's hold off on this piece for right now. This piece... Yeah, there we go. I did so well in the last one, too. But does that not fit there? There we go. Oh no, I know, I'm pretty sure that fits there. Yeah, rotating makes this a little bit harder. Hold off on that one too, I guess. No. Oh gosh. Too much rotation. Let's try that again. No. Oh, it definitely fit right there. I just rotated too much. This rotation thing is a little bit hard to do. Just take the piece and put it there. Does it not fit there? It looks like it does. You know what? We're gonna wait on that one. It's bothering me. There's a flat side on it, like a very obvious flat side. Wow, okay. This is, annoying me slightly. Just this rotation thing is a bit clunky. Let's just say that. That doesn't fit there. Okay, there we go. That'll help us out a bit. See, I was sure that fit there. I just could not, for the life of me, get it to stick. There we go. That was harder than it should have been. Mostly just because of my incompetence, but also because this rotation thing is a little awkward. Triangle shaped piece. Okay, that's a good spot to start from. No, that doesn't fit in there. Oh, I think this might, though. That's what you need to do, honestly, is try to find one, like, really oddly shaped piece, and then find out where that goes. This one looks like some weird state thing, so I think this goes here. And this one looks kind of like Texas. A little bit. I don't know. Maybe I have bad analogies. Oh no, that was perfect. There we go. Surely, yeah, here's the jaw bit, I bet. I bet. There we go. All these stupid pieces that don't look right. No, the rotation just added a whole new, like, degree of difficulty to this. Especially when it does that. It's like in the perfectly wrong spot or something, I don't know. Surely that doesn't fit there, no. Does that fit there? Yes, it does. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Think. No, that doesn't go there, does it? This one? Yeah, there we go. Please don't do this to me, game. Can't handle this kind of stress right now. Where's the triangle go? Is that here? Ah, there we go. I'm a bit confused on that one. Wow, I mean, I didn't expect to have this much trouble with it. Okay, that works. So this would have to fit down here, right? No. It'd have to be this piece then, right? That's the only thing I could... Yeah, there we go. Wow, this is actually stressing me quite a bit. I mean, it's not only the controls, truthfully, it is a bit of trouble. Other than, again, there's a lot more defining features on this front bit, so... The whole face thing should really make this a whole lot easier. But at the same time, it's only slightly creepy. Spooky skull. Let's hold off on that one for a second until I figure out what to do with it. Don't do this to me, game. Oh, that actually doesn't fit there, does it? An eye that's got to fit in here somewhere. Now, if I could just get my hands to stop shaking so much, this might actually work. There we go. Spooky skull.
All the fragments that were given to me have been placed.
Ah, but we're missing
Does this
one.
mean there's a missing piece of bone?
It wouldn't surprise me with how much it had fallen apart. That'd be easy to miss something that small.
In any case, the skull can't be fully put together in this state.
I mean, it might even gotten mistaken with a piece of one of the body skeletons, because he was going to be putting that together. Is he doing that in a separate location, or is he doing that here? I don't know. If he took all the bones with him, then he might actually have taken one of them with him.
Unless the missing section is found, there's nothing more that can be done to this skull.
Still, I would figure that even with this, you could figure out a lot, right? Is it gonna be those 2 pieces of bone the cat ate? Is that what that's gonna be? I kind of feel like it is. Look at that spooky skull. Look at that. Spook City. Okay, so can't do anything with that yet. We've already looked at the articles of clothing. I guess we could go to the computer. Hey, look at this little guy.
I need you to analyze something.
What is it? His blood.
Of course. Is this a blood stain?
Sorry, I spilled some Kool-Aid.
Right. I need you to check the skeleton's DNA and see if that blood came from the same person.
No problem. Give me a moment.
Do you have the results yet, little guy?
Hey, don't rush me,
So
please.
impatient. Wow.
The results just
That
came
was
in.
literally 2 seconds. 3 maybe.
It seems that the DNA matches. The blood's from the same person.
Huh, I see. If that's the case, what kind of hemorrhaging is it? If this hemorrhaging wasn't caused by physical trauma, then...
They probably threw it up. Okay, can we match these?
The missing area of skull is the section from the mental tubercle to the angle. Chloe had swallowed pieces of human bone. Don't tell me.
I'm pretty sure it is. Wow, that was convenient. Don't make it too easy. Hold on, gotta rotate it and stick it in the right spot. Just grab the piece. Okay, let's stabilize my arm so it doesn't wiggle so much. Even though it is. There we go. Got it.
So it was like I'd thought. After Chloe swallowed the bone fragments, the mysterious foci appeared in her body. There's something in this bone, some kind of pathogen.
Was the cat the start of it all? Spooky! Chloe's digestive tract was severely weakened. The bone fragment had begun to adhere to the digestive tissue. That would mean that Chloe swallowed the fragment about a week before. That's really convenient.
That man came by a moment ago.
That's really convenient we operated on that cat and just happened to find some bone in here.
That man? Who are you talking about?
The, friendly guy.
Friendly
He said
guy.
something about having finished reconstructing the body.
Ah, you mean Gabe. All right, now we can observe the corpse as a whole.
I've gone ahead and put the skull with the rest of the skeleton. You can look at them whenever you like.
You know what? I don't want to do it. You can't make
You're
me.
on top of things. Can you tell me what you've observed from it?
Oh, right. There wasn't much to get from the body, though. The person was roughly 185 centimeters tall. A histologic examination of the bone detected 15 types of amino acids remaining. There was also a very high concentration of nitrogen. I've sent the results of the analysis to your computer.
So what does that mean in, like, English?
Please check it out when you need to.
Good, I'll look into it. It's possible to examine the body now, too.
Very video gamey thing they gave me there. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. There's a big section missing, kind of like we saw in that one person who died. The girl who vomited blood, she had a big section of her skeleton that was, in fact, she was the same way, wasn't she? Because she was bones. I wonder if it does something to your body, like makes it decay faster. That's interesting.
I need this bone analyzed, little guy. Be careful with it. There's a danger of infection.
Whoa, can you warn me a little sooner next time? Give me a moment, please. Let's see here.
Well, did you find anything?
No, I've checked it out, but there's nothing especially unusual about it.
Is that so? That's odd.
What's so odd about that?
This is the bone that Chloe swallowed. When she did, the same black focus that the patients in the quarantine zone had showed up inside her body. According to what Gabe said, the serviceman who had been investigating this bone...
He had hemorrhagic fever, I remember that.
So, in other words, the pathogen lurking in this bone is...
Pure evil. Seems like some kind of virus, I would imagine, out of all
Right.
the solutions anyway.
This bone carries a virus that triggers the hemorrhagic fever.
A virus? But this is just a skeleton. A virus virus requires living cells from its host in order to multiply.
True that.
So, this virus not only survives the host's death, but can continue within a skeletonized corpse.
Can you really say that such a thing is impossible?
I
But
suppose not. It just doesn't really align with what we've known so
That's
far.
not like you. Calm down, little guy. Everything we've seen up until now has taught us something. That there are diseases out there in the world that defy all our understanding and what we think of as common sense.
And yet somehow we all seem to have forgotten about that guilt thing that happened X number of years ago.
all right, let's assume that it
Maybe
is a
this is
virus.
kind of like that guilt thing that we helped, engineer. Whoops, let's not talk about that. We don't talk about our past.
That doesn't mean that all the mysteries have been solved. How does this virus live inside this skeleton? And why aren't we infected with the hemorrhagic fever after we've handled the bones?
Because we're important plot characters, duh.
I really can't say at this point. It's possible this person was infected with the virus. Or perhaps the skeleton had been contaminated after death. In any case, we'll need to continue investigating this in more detail.
Right.
However, I can explain why you and I haven't contracted the hemorrhagic fever.
What? How?
Yep. Are we gonna get into the plot of why, or into the bit of why story characters don't suffer from this?
Well, according to what Gabe was told by the assistant secretary,
Airborne infection? Oh yeah, it's impossible because otherwise it would already have been over everybody. That would make sense.
that's right. They concluded that an airborne infection was impossible. This was because the infection wasn't spreading within Usamarad. If that's the case, it's unlikely that the virus is dispersed through a respiratory vector.
Then how does it spread?
Well, in Chloe's case, the foci were located in areas where...
Under the bone fragments. So it seems to be only by physical
Indeed.
contact
The black foci
only.
only existed in areas that the bone fragments were in contact with. Taking that into consideration, this virus's route of infection is...
Probably mucous membrane, right? Yeah.
Yes. In other words, the virus only has a limited means of transmission.
I see. That explains the cat's case, at least. But what about the Usamarad researcher?
He was directly handling them, probably,
I
wasn't
doubt
he?
that he'd be chewing on bones.
Good point. There must be an explanation for how that other serviceman was infected as well.
I mean, it could be anything, honestly. If you're not expecting it to be dangerous, you might just take stupid lack of precautions on something like that and end up getting caught with something. Okay, we already had... So we've had a look at that, have a look at that, and...
Hey, little guy.
Oh.
Could you analyze something for me?
I thought we already had that looked at. Okay.
Sure. Huh? Haven't I already analyzed this for you, Dr. Kimishima?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes, but I want to know more details.
Like what?
We know now that the bloodstain comes from the same person as these bones, but there was no obvious damage to the deceased's clothing. Can you investigate in detail into what kind of hemorrhaging would have caused that bloodstain?
You know, Naomi, you're pretty smart most of the time. But you don't happen to remember that other case you did where the person was vomiting blood.
I see. All right. Can you give me some time for that, please?
And they're gonna need time to analyze that too, isn't that great?
Of course. I'll be counting on you.
Alright. I think we're done with that. Let's go look at Spooky Bone Skeleton. Is it perfectly restored? I don't see a leg there. Alright. Well, we're missing a leg, but that might just have to do... It seems that the area kind of causes damage, and... You also got a fractured femur again. Yeah, but it seems like it causes damage, so it kind of just, it, like, dissolves or breaks down or whatever. You don't think the leg is spooky? No spooky legs? Okay, what about this?
What is this damage to the joint?
It looks kind of like that thing that Hank had to treat.
It's hard to think that an external force could cause this kind of effect.
All right, we got
Yes.
broken femur again.
The femur is completely broken.
Maybe he got run over too by the same truck driver.
But why? In the human skeleton, the femur is...
Oh boy, can we... the widest bone, the tastiest bone. Oh boy, I'm glad we can remember things from previous missions.
Yes. It was the same in the case when that girl Veronica was thrown off the bridge.
You know, there's a lot of crossovers between that girl Veronica and this. Maybe
But
we
the
should think
femur
about
was
that
the
more.
strongest among all the bones in the human body. What could have broken this so easily?
Maybe a truck ran over his leg. Arg, I'm missing the arm. But apparently that's not important. Alright, fine. What about the hole in your ribcage? Is the ginormous hole in his ribcage of no importance? Thank you. I'm glad we're well. I'm glad we think about this well. It's really nice of you guys. Okay. Well, since you do have this arm, let's look at the damage again.
What's this? These scratches on the bone look like an area that's been shaved
Actually,
off.
yeah, I was thinking about that. That does look like it, doesn't it? Interesting. That doesn't even look kind of natural, like a virus or anything. That looks like man-made, kind of.
Looks like I need to look into what caused this damage.
That could probably give us a good bit of information. Is there anything else? Anything spooky going on with your arm? Spooky skull? She hasn't said that she's done yet, so normally she says that's about all I'm gonna get from this. But I already looked at the spooky arm stump. Anything weird with the hands, they like to do that there. Yeah, I really can't seem to find anything. I'm gonna back out for now. See if that happens to be all we needed. Maybe we have to check the effects? I don't know. He did have his leg kind of damaged. Did anything happen to the clothing? Not really. What about this? No. Nothing really of interest that we haven't already looked at. I don't know. I feel like maybe I missed something. Let me take another minute just to look at the spooky skeleton. Oh, that seems to be everything. Okay, never mind. Maybe not. Well, let's go back and compare clues then, I guess. We can't leave here, can we? All we can do is investigate spooky skeleton. All right. What are these markings?
Hey, little guy, can you analyze this marking here?
Looks like he had his bone filed down or something weird, right?
Yes, of course. Let's see.
How does it look? Can you learn anything from it?
Yes, first of all, the damage was done recently. There's no discoloration on the bone tissue in the area that had been damaged.
I see. Does this mean that whatever happened here occurred after the person died?
That's right. I don't think it could have happened any other way.
That's interesting. So somebody kind of like tampered with the body afterwards.
Looking at the damaged area, it seems the bone had been shaved away using a tool, like a router.
Definitely looks that way.
A router? The only reason I would expect that to happen would be...
To probably get a sample from it.
That's right. The staff at USAMRID was using this bone for research.
That would make sense. That would actually make a good bit of
There's a
sense
good
there.
chance they shaved a sample from the bone in order to study it.
Yes, you need small fragments for the high detail analysis. That's likely what happened to this bone.
Wait a second.
What's wrong?
The researcher at USAMRID was infected while he was studying this bone.
I bet what happened was because they were shaving it off, it basically turned into what is essentially dust, and then he inhaled it.
Using a router on the bone would cause particles of pulverized bone to be ejected in the air. If the researcher came down with the disease after performing that procedure, then
That would make a lot of sense, actually. What about the joint? What happened there?
Little guy, I need this damage analyzed.
Right away. This...
What's the matter?
Nothing. A bone abrasion caused this damage.
Bone abrasion? What do you mean?
Like bone rubbing on bone kind of
Normally,
thing?
wherever bones meet, there's a layer of fibrocartilage.
That's what it sounds like,
In this
yeah.
case, the knee, that pad is known as the meniscus. That prevents damage like this from occurring in most people's bodies.
So you're saying that that his pad was worn down,
The
or
signs of wear
yeah?
I see here are consistent with the
Oh man,
bones
that's painful.
grinding
Ow.
together.
So these abrasions here were apparently caused by...
The meniscus was gone, and yet he still continued to walk on it. That was probably why.
Indeed. This would mean that the meniscus was lost while the person was still alive and moving. But what would cause this to happen?
Like a injury of some sort? I know that sports people have stuff like that happen to them sometimes, right? Okay, just need you to analyze everything. Sorry, little guy.
Little guy, can I bother you for a moment?
That's all you're doing.
Yes, of course. How may I help you?
I want your opinion on this fractured femur.
Oh, okay. Just a second.
Well, anything?
Well... Huh. What's this? This bone is hollow on the inside. I'm not surprised it broke if it was like this.
That's bad.
Did this fracture occur while the person was still alive?
I can't say about the fracture, but the loss in bone density must have occurred while the person lived.
It seems safe to assume that the fracture was caused by the decrease in bone density then.
Well, there you go. We can probably mix these two together, right?
That's right. Now we're starting to see how the serviceman at New Samrid was infected as well. The virus rests within that skeleton. The root of infection is...
Mucous membranes. And of course it got turned into basically dust.
It's when it comes
and
in
floated
contact
through the
with a
air,
mucous
probably
membrane.
into his mouth, I would imagine.
Reaching a mucous membrane within the mouth or body causes the virus to infect that person. But there's no way that a researcher would lick or swallow a bone. However, the USAMRID staff did collect a bone sample for their research. In order to obtain that sample, the researcher...
He shaved the bone.
Right. He used a router to shave away a portion of the bone. This is likely what caused the researcher to be infected. The reason for this is...
Got too close to the bone. He's too close.
Yes. Shaving bone with a router causes particles of bone dust to fly out into the air. It's likely that the researcher inhaled some of that powder while he was working. The powder then carried the infection and made contact with the mucous membranes. That is my hypothesis to explain the infection of the USAMRID researcher.
Sounds about right to me. Okay, so how did he lose that? Okay, apparently not. Maybe related to something. Maybe the decreased bone density?
Abnormal decrease in bone density with the lack of cartilage. What we can deduce from these two events is...
Yeah, the weakened skeletal system, right?
Yes. Both these conditions indicate a weakening of the skeletal system.
That's why you drink your milk, kids.
Furthermore, I believe that both these processes happened while the person was still alive. If these conditions allow us to infer anything, it would be that this person was severely debilitated by the time of death.
That's why you drink your milk. Needs time for that one. Maybe buy these together? No. And can he analyze anything else? Okay, I think we're about done then. Maybe. Or maybe not. There's nothing else we can do. I mean, that's being analyzed currently. We already figured out how he got the infection. high concentration of nitrogen. Was it some disease or was there another cause? He's gonna need more time. Do we need to look at something else, perhaps? Like, we can't physically leave here to go to, like, a location. We're not interested in spooky bone things. And I think I'm done with, like, the clothing, right? There's nothing going on with the clothing. There's still, hopefully there's still something we can find. Did I miss something, maybe? Trying to remember all the areas that actually had importance. That is curious, is it not? It's very interesting. Nothing going on down here? That is very interesting. I honestly don't know quite where to go from here. Like, I'm checking the personal effects. I'm trying to look in areas we already know things happened at.